Good morning. First of all, I got to remind everybody, make comments on the chapters as they go up there. And make sure if you haven't that you turn in your papers. Anyway, and I'll be posting quiz 2 today. We're getting close to the end, so make sure you get that work turned in and done. And we're talking about community policing and efforts in the field. So there's all kind of different things that you can do. One of them is lighting projects, citizen patrols, special crime watch programs, or just crime watch, and things like that. And they're different, and different places have tried different techniques. Not all techniques work in all places. All communities are different. So it depends on what you need. Do you need an active police presence? Is it just lighting that needs to be done? We've personally done a lighting survey in Waynesboro and found out that we needed to do lighting in one particular area. And other things that we had to do was bring in codes and compliance, the fire department, health department, to make sure everybody in there had, all the kids had their shots and that things were fixed that the landlord wouldn't fix. We made that a community project, and that was tailor-made to that specific area. The crime watches are supposed to be started by the police department and then maintained by the Crime Watch Association. And crime watches in a lot of places have fallen off. So how do you make, or how do you develop a program that's going to get the community's interest and stick with it? One of the big ones is citizen police academies. Citizen police academies are usually in large departments, but some of the small ones have them. And it really gives the citizen a look at how the police department works and why the things that they do are done in a certain way. And that's been a great tool. Inviting people to come inviting people to come use your firearm simulator, those types of things, or come look at a police car. Show up in a parking lot at a Walmart or something like that with a display of police department stuff. If you do that on a regular basis and you announce it in the media, the people will come and look at it. But there are lots of other things you can do. Landscaping designs, which is part of SETTED, and where there are dark areas, or there are alleys that aren't kept clean, things like that. Helping neighbors get their grass cut by getting some volunteers to go out there and do that. That's one of the ways you can do that. But there's been a history of crime prevention projects, and they're called different things as they go along. Basically, it started in Arizona early, and I didn't even see that in the book, with Crisis Intervention Team. Now we have CIT here, but this one was specifically for domestic situations. But it kind of started there. The chief that hired me, Larry Vardell, actually he came from Miami-Dade to Williamsburg, and he did a lighting survey down there and a significant study. And they changed a lot of the lighting in some parts. I believe it was downtown at Miami-Dade. So there are lots of things that the police can do. What I want you to do is look at the book and look at some of the things, the history of how these community policing projects came in, and then what seems to work. Because some of them do foot patrols, some of them do special patrols, which we've had to do before when neighborhoods have had problems with speeding and things like that. All kinds of different issues, to National Night Out, just to have a public safety day, which Waynesboro does. Things like that that bring the community together. And if you've got a large community, you can move those things around and have them in another place. Those things are really important. So read the chapter and let me know what you think about how it developed. And if you think that some of the things that they used in the past that they're not using now, you may be able to adapt some of those to new programs. And a lot of the new programs work. So pick your neighborhood and tell me which program that you think would work in there. And if there's not one listed, develop one and tell me about it. It doesn't have to be in detail. It could be in your project or in your research paper, but it doesn't have to be in detail. Just specifics of what you think would work in your neighborhood to build that community partnership. Take care.